what's that? A hat. A crazy, funky, junky hat over slat. Hair unsightly. Child look like Keira Knightley. She's been there, she's done that. I'll see right through your funky. Okay. It's Suji. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I did a fantasy, well, yes, it was fantasy, but I did a fiction TBR pile video-ish, and I had mentioned in the last video that I made a goal for myself to finish my TBR pile this year. So that's still the goal. And I have a fiction pile and I have a nonfiction pile, but I am definitely struggling with my nonfiction pile. And that's because lately I've just been trying to like disassociate. I was just trying to disassociate. But I do love reading nonfiction sometimes. And it gives my brain a break from being in the clouds for too long. And it helps me to get back to planet Earth. So I want to show you what's on my TBR pile for my nonfiction books. And hopefully, if you see something you like, you might be inspired to read them too. You know, we don't have to always be in the clouds. We don't. Would I rather? Yes. We don't always have to be. So first on my TBR lump-ish situation going, I have Blessed by Nancy Guthrie. This wasn't like something I chose for me. I was joining a small group and this is what they chose, and it's on the Book of Revelation. And so far I've read a bit of it. I didn't continue because life was lifing and I just didn't feel like reading it right now. Will I go back to this sometime in the year? Probably, maybe next year. Well, no. It's this year because I said I wanted to finish it. So this is definitely on the list that needs to get finished sometime soon. I don't know when. But so far so good. And I will pick it up again. Next on that list, and I bought this book a while ago, is The Day Approaching by Amir. And I am not going to try to butcher that man's last name. But I bought this because it's about Jesus' return, and I'm super interested in like end times and revelations and prophecy. I just love that stuff, and I like seeing how it connects to events that are happening today, through events that happened in the Bible and like past history, like history. I don't know if that made any sense, but I just love connecting the pieces. I like a big puzzle, and I like reading other people's thoughts on those things. Next I have, this is a really, really interesting read. I can't wait to start this one. So this will probably be sometime in the next 2 months. Is Church Girl by Sarita L. T. Forgive me, Sarita T. Leons? I am so sorry. But I'm super excited to read this because it's, well, one, it's really hard to find books that talk about the black experience in the church. So yeah, I can't wait to start that one. Next on my list, as you can see, a lot of the Christian books that I have is definitely like apologetics geared, and I just love talking about God and Jesus, and I like want to be able to defend my faith properly, but I also just love, like I said, seeing the puzzle pieces come together and it's just hitting. And I'm like, yes, Lord, do your thing. So next on that list is Timothy Keller, The Reason for God. I bought this book a while ago. I just haven't started it. And it's not because I don't want to. It's just because when I read books like this, I take a lot of time to sit and like make notes and to copy these notes, like to connect these notes to other notes that I have. Like, so it's a process. It's like a learning process for me. So it feels like school, and it's not like a sit down and enjoy it. While they are enjoying, it's just not like a sit, enjoy, and then forget about it. Like this, it feels like work, like a lot more work that I need to do. And I'm not like against it. It's just when you have reading, when you have like reading counts and goals that you're trying to get to, these are not, like, these books just, they don't help me add to that as quickly as I would like. But they're still good. And I try to read at least one nonfiction book a month. Am I reading one? I'm not reading one this month, but that's because I'm doing the magical readathon. And so I'll pick back on my nonfiction reading come May. So next on this list is The Devil's Delusion. And it's by David Berlinski. I know about David Berlinski. I don't know about the book so much. So I'm excited to read this. Next I have is 2084 by John C. Lennox. I love this man. I love this man. And I've read 2 of his other books so far that I cannot remember at the top of my head. But I love this man. Talk about bringing science, math to the faith, like adding logic and Christianity together. There's just something about, like, we can't have both. There's no reason why we can't have them together. And I feel like, you know, growing up, it's either, when you're like hearing from other people, it's either you just believe, but you can believe and have facts and data that adds up to your faith. Like, you don't have to blindly believe. So John C. Lennox is my favorite. I love that man. He's like, out of all my Christian like writers and authors or teachers, C.S. Lewis is definitely number 1. He gets number 1 in my spot. And then John C. Lennox would be like literally like right after him, which is like a big deal because C.S. Lewis, he's amazing. Next on that list is The Devil Shall Not Prevail by A.W. Tozer, which is a great author, I heard. I've never read anything. This will be the first one I read by A.W. Tozer, so I'm hoping it's great. It seems like it's going to be a good read. I saw an angel on the cover, and I said, The Devil Should Not Prevail. This should be fun. There's no reason why I should have bought that book, but I bought it because I like the cover. It says, the little thing, it says, unshakable confidence in God's almighty power, which, who doesn't need to read about that, right? So I'm going to read that book. And then I like to call this fluff Christianity. And I know it's not fluff, but it just feels very fluffy, like sitting on a cloud or running through a flower bush. But it's what happens when women say yes to God and walk in faith by Lisa TerKeurst. I hope I didn't offend anybody when I said like it feels like fluff, because it's so pinky. It's so feminine. And I, like, when I first started out doing Bible study, Lisa TerKeurst books, and along with the other people at Proverbs 31, were like my go-to. And now that I've grown more in my faith, not that these books don't have value, still they do, they're just not for me. And I'm just looking for a lot more. Like, it's cute and all, like, it's great. The stuff is great. I'm not saying it's not great. It just feels like, it feels surface. And I like going deeper, and I like bringing history and science and math into my Bible studying type of vibe deal. And it just doesn't feel like that with books that are similar in this particular world of the Christian genre. Next on my list is Fearless Prayer by Craig Hazen. I was really on like a huge apologetics kick in 2020. And so a lot of the books that you saw before, and this one in particular, was bought because of this apologetics kick I was on. And I'm excited to read it. I'm surprised I haven't started it yet, because I'm like in a season like where I am slightly, I won't say I'm doubting, but I am struggling with prayer in general. And I know God hears me, but I'm just struggling with just the types of prayers I think that I'm like holding against myself. It's really weird. Like, I pray regardless, but I just feel like certain prayers are just not getting answered. You know, sometimes we go through seasons of questioning and doubt, and I'm surprised I haven't started that yet. And maybe I should start it next month. Next on that list is When Faith Disappoints. This is also a book I should probably start too. I am in a season, y'all. It's a season. God's good though. God's good that he allows us to be able to have seasons of doubt and then seasons where we're on fire. And it's okay. It's okay. The walk with the Lord is not straight. It's a roller coaster. It's a roller coaster. And I'm gonna need God to like chill for a bit. I'm gonna need him to like calm down. But anyway, I'm excited to start that book. Next would be another John C. Lennox book, God's Undertaker. I'm surprised I have not read this yet. Like, it's just been in like my little bookcase, and I just can't believe I haven't started yet. I really should get on it. Oh, I know why. Because I said it takes time. It takes time. I'm trying to increase my book count for the year, so I'm gonna have to get on that. Next on that list is Perfectly Suited by J.D. Peabody, and this was recommended by Jackie Hill Perry. And I feel like this would be great because it's the armor of God for the anxious mind, and I am an anxious person. And that's because I'm a control freak. And I'm trying to leave it. I'm trying to leave it at God's feet, at the throne. I really, really, really am. But it is hard. So she recommended this book. Now, I don't know if she meant it for like people who have anxiety, but she recommended because it was good. And so I'm going to read it. I need to read it like the beginning of this year. I should have read it. But next is So You Want to Be Like Christ by Charles R. Swindoll. I bought this book because I was teaching us a message on the characteristics of Jesus, and I had all intention to read it before my message, but I had read so much material for my message that when I finally got to this book, I was overwhelmed with all the knowledge, and I can't wait to pick this up again. It probably won't be anytime soon but it'll be this year for sure. So I'm excited. Next on that list is Enough by Will Davis Jr. Because that's my pastor, y'all. That is my pastor. So of course I'm going to read it. I don't know why I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm going to read it. I'm sure it's great. Next on the list, it's not that much. Thank God. It's not that much. But next is Tactics by Gregory. Coco. Forgive me. Gregory, forgive me. But yeah, Tactics. This is for anyone who wants to be able to talk about the gospel with others. I fail in that area primarily because I am an introvert, and being around people gives me so much anxiety, but also talking gives me anxiety. And even doing like these videos where I'm like not really talking to anybody, but knowing that people might see this video is giving me anxiety. And so I just don't do well, and I don't remember things well. And that's why like when I'm talking, it just feels like I'm blabbering, but I promise you, it's because I'm just not comfortable talking in general to people. And it's crazy because I told you that I do message. I had prepared for a message to teach in front of a whole bunch of people, and yet I did that somehow, but that was the Lord, because there was no way I could have went up on that stage. And then next in my little pile is The Hole in Our Holiness by Kevin DeYoung. I have not started this book. My church was just getting rid of books, and I saw this, and it's a red cover, and red's my favorite color. So that's why I'm reading it. That was completely shallow, but literally that is why I'm reading it. Next on that list is another book by my pastor, by Will Davis Jr., Why Faith Makes Sense. I'm excited about this one too. It's because it's by my pastor, so I'm going to read it. Mm-hmm. And then next is The Hole in Our Gospel by Richard Stearns. This is going to be fun. And last but not least is, well, there's two, so it's not last but not least, but it's the second to not last. It's not least. You know what I'm saying? Is The Evidence That Demands a Verdict by Josh McDowell and Sean McDowell. I'm excited to read this one too. This one's a thick one. Like, it's a whole textbook, it feels like. So that's why this might be at the bottom of the year, but I'm sure it's great information. It just feels like a textbook, and I'm not a big fan of being in school or feeling like I'm being in school. So that's why, and I'm sure it's great. It's just, I just haven't gotten to it. And then last but not least, and it's The Return of the God Hypothesis. And it's by Stephen C. Meyer. I'm really excited because it's dealing with science, and why not? And I love when science and faith comes together. So I'm really excited. That's my nonfiction pile. I know I griped, if you watch my BookTube newbie tab, I griped on people who like self-help books. I'm like, why would you want to read a self-help book if you could just read fantasy or fiction? Because we trying to not be here on earth, but sometimes you got to come back down to earth. Sometimes we need books that don't let us stay in the sky for too long. We need to be grounded sometimes. And it's okay to be in reality. And these books help me stay in reality. And I probably should start reading them more because I keep buying thinking that, yeah, this is great. It's a great time for me right now to read this, and I'm not reading it. I just go straight back to my fiction books. But either way, that's my little collection. I'm hoping the goal is to finish them. But I will be just even proud that I even finished like 5 of the books in this pile. How many more months I have? 8 months left? I could read 8 books. If I dedicate 1 book to a month, I don't know how much there are in total. I didn't count. But I could totally dedicate a month. 1 book a month. I would just be happy if I even read 8. We'll see how that goes. But anyway, thank you for like joining me and looking at my collection. Those are my babies. Even the books I read, those are my babies too. And I can't wait to do other YouTube videos for y'all to like watch and enjoy. Like this feels great for me because I get all my thoughts out about all the books I have. And I'm not boring anyone in my real life with it. So if you're enjoying this, yay! I'm gonna do what the YouTube people do. If you could just like, yay. And if you are like having fun or you're enjoying the content, if you could like subscribe, that'd be fun too. If you want to, no pressure. And I don't know what else other people do on YouTube, but if you want to talk to me, you could just type down in the comment section. That would be fun too. And if you want to do like a Bible study too, if you love, like I love Bible study. Like I said, I like bringing history, math, science all together. So if you want to do one of those one day, we could do it live. That'll be fun. Oh my God, that'll be so much fun. Yeah. So if you're liking my content, if you just don't mind sticking around, there'll be other fun things to do. I hope you think it's fun. I think they're fun. But anyway, I'm rambling now. So I'm gonna go. Bye.